Connor was the eldest of our three children, so he was the firstborn. So he was spoilt terribly from everybody around him. When he died, he was almost 19, and he was sort of just starting out on his sort of adult path, really. You know, he was just a normal teenager. Christmas in our house has always been the same tradition and the same routine, really. I suppose it always started with the kids coming into our room to open their stockings. Dad would go down and make a cup of tea, and the kids would sort of be showing us what they've got in their, their stockings, and then we would ascend down the stairs then in order. Dad would always go down first to check that Father Christmas had been. And then let's sort of slowly open the door, really hype the children up, really get them excited. And then Connor would go in, and then I would always go in behind him. And then he would just, open his eyes to this wonderful magic that had happened. And he was always really patient with opening the present. You always used to think that kids would go in and rip everything off, but Connor wasn't like that. It was part of his personality. He was very particular, so down to the point where it was infuriating. We would be sitting there anxiously waiting for the big surprise, but he would really slowly, particularly unwrap everything. When Connor sadly died, as a mum, I felt torn because I had to celebrate Christmas for two children, but there was just this constant reminder, and it was almost like the anticipation and the anxious feeling of just what's going to happen on the day, what's going to happen. So we took it really, really slowly, and we decided that there were no plans. And then every year since, we've always just gone with whatever suits us. I know now, because we're 9 years down the line, which seems crazy, the feelings are still as raw today as they were 9 years ago. But it's almost that you're used to those feelings. And I know that the build up to Christmas is far, far worse than the actual day of it. We do, myself and my husband, we make time out during Christmas Day. We go to the crematorium. We always take a wreath or flowers. And the children, I say children, they're young adults now. If they want to come up, they do. But that's okay if they don't as well. And we just hold each other through it. We laugh, we cry. We always toast Connor at Christmas lunch, as well as any relatives that we've sadly lost along the way. It goes, thankfully, really quickly, but we just literally just go with it. One Christmas, we all stayed in our pajamas and literally did nothing but eat all the sweets in the stockings, and that was fine. That was okay. We got through. Our interaction with Tuish started very early on when we were at the hospital waiting for some positive news from Connor. We were put into a tiny, almost cupboard-like room, and there was just some squash and some water on a little desk with it looked like a business card with an elephant on. And I just picked it up and it just read it, but not really registering what was on there. And obviously it was a Tuish card, and it just said, supporting suddenly bereaved families. And I just put it straight in my bag because that wasn't going to be me. That wasn't going to be my family. And sadly, it unfolded that it did become the case. So probably about a fortnight, 3 weeks afterwards, and because of the nature of Connor's death, we were just being pulled back and forth because there was a police investigation. There was lots of other things happening at the same time. So I rang Tuish and just said, can you help? I don't know if you can, what I'm supposed to do. And it was just such a relief because they just picked us up. They just picked us up and walked with us, and they never left. They've helped us each individually. They've helped us with complementary therapy, with traditional counselling and therapy. They were absolutely incredible and so personal with their approach, and never questioning if anything was valid, if we needed it. It was just literally pick up the phone, and it still is. Only today, one of the children both of the children are back in counselling, because we're almost 10 years on and they were children, now they're adults, so their journey continues, their grief journey. And Tuish are just there. They're just absolutely phenomenal. I can't sing their praises enough.